Cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking. Cause real spit you don't find that often. Every discussion from experience. And hopefully within it delivers some deliverance. It's all facts and opinionated. From the West where that real spit originated. Brothers truly trying to save a soul. Provoke thought so we can really designate a goal. We on that grown man scribble. The ball in our court with command on the dribble. This is something that'll help us show. Cause it's something that'll help us grow. We see exactly what the people need. Now welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollassedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollassedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollassedz. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking. Cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking. Cause real spit you don't find that often. Spitt'n Pollassedz.
What up?
Hey, the show is on the last.
Hey, be quiet.
Yeah, shut up, Chuck. You didn't want to talk, so be quiet. What up, yo?
Yeah, we back again. We're back. We're back. We're back. Yep. Hold it. Hold it.
Oh, you should have said something.
Oh, okay.
I could have held it.
You was good in the choir back then. I can tell.
Hold your notes.
Yeah.
What up,
It's
y'all?
that day again, y'all.
What day is it?
Spitt'n Pollassedz Day.
It's that day.
Spitt'n Pollassedz Day.
Let's get it.
Spitt'n Pollassedz Day. What's up, people?
Yep.
We're glad y'all joining us again tonight. Call, tell a friend, so they can come on in. And we ain't finna waste no time. We
Like and
finna
share.
jump right up in here. So we're gonna do a check-in. No, or do you wanna? Okay, no, we'll get so y'all know what it is. Are your standards too high?
With two O's.
Yes. T-O.
Yes.
Are your standards too high? And with that, we gonna jump all the way to the far left with Trevor, because we know him. Trevor, how you feeling?
I had a challenging week. I feel good conquering my battles, and I'm keeping focused. I'm steady finding my silver lining. That's how my week is. It's been a challenge, but I'm playing chess, not checkers.
Okay. But that, y'all, man, that was
Flying
quick.
into the storm.
But we know he's not gonna stay there.
I'm not gonna stay put. I'm gonna fly into the storm.
Right,
I'm gonna grab the
Yeah,
boat
he's
by
going
the-
to continue to
yeah,
talk.
he's gonna
as you can see.
Even though
He's
it was
gonna
short
continue
right now,
to
but he's
make his
gonna
comments.
definitely- Right, exactly.
Even though we're trying to move on to somebody else,
Man,
he's going to continue.
he's gonna continue. He's gonna go back. He's gonna revert to who he is. You got to stay true.
Yeah.
But Canoe.
Oh man, it's good, man. It's good. My week has been good thus far.
Mm.
I like to say that God is good always, all the time. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Audience, can I get an amen that God is good?
Amen.
Yeah. So
Yes,
this week has been thus far, man. It's been great. No complaints. No complaints. If I did, what the hell would y'all do anyway? Man, you know what I mean?
Depends on if I could do something about it. I would help.
I mean, you only complain to those that can do something. And I'm talking to the audience. Y'all can send a Cash App or a PayPal or one of them devices.
What would they send it to?
I wish we had Spitt'n Pollassedz thing we could send it to.
That's something
We're
we
gonna
need,
work
huh?
on that.
Yeah,
We're gonna work on that.
definitely work on that.
So y'all could send us
Right.
some money and help us out.
Come on now.
You know, it costs a lot to keep these lights
Man.
shining on you.
Ooh.
And then we got these mics,
All
all the engineer.
All that stuff.
Shit. I ain't gonna even tell you what this guy cost us.
He expensive.
This guy cost us.
Yeah,
But yeah.
expensive.
But that's how my week.
Okay. Well, since the camera's already on, I'm gonna say, man, I'm good. Like you said, God is good, man. And we have trying weeks, trying days, but we know how to get through them, and that's the man upstairs. So
A lot of prayer.
yeah,
Yes.
no prayer, no power. Little prayer, little power.
No prayer,
much prayer, much power. And I try to stay right there with the much prayer so I can have much power.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm trying to stretch it, you know. Yeah.
And you talk about me.
I'm stretching it because
No. The camera work for you.
no,
Camera work for you.
It was over here, but he was. I don't know why he was working on Trevor camera. If it go out, Keith, it go out. Sorry,
But the microphone don't go out.
yeah, right. That's
thing.
the main part that we want. You know,
But we can
some
go to
dishes, yeah.
his camera work, man. His
Yeah,
camera
like-
work.
so we gonna go over here to my right to EP and find out how his week is going.
Good week, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Noticing some things this week. Some people are closer than you know are dealing with mental health issues. So I just ask, keep each other lifted in prayer and don't take that for granted.
Right, yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean? Don't take that for granted.
No,
definitely
Great
not.
week.
Please.
Glad to be here with you guys and glad to be here with a special guest too. But yeah, I'll let
Go
you
on
know
and
that-
introduce.
No, Kevin.
You sure?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. Okay, I'll introduce her.
Yeah.
She's a friend of Spitt'n Pollassedz for most of us. Not one particular. He don't care for it, but I don't know. You know,
Made
maybe
that known.
he like her shoes and he want a pair or something. I don't know. You know, but y'all seen her on the show before.
Very argumentative.
Oh, very.
I mean, she's expressive, should I say?
Yeah, right. That's a nice
expressive
word.
with
Yeah,
pepper.
with pepper.
Yeah.
And she's representing the women tonight. And I want to
All
introduce
women?
to some.
I mean, she's not
well, we gonna
representing
ask her.
all.
We gonna ask her.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
we'll ask her in a minute.
She's one
'Cause
sector.
she right. Yeah, she may
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Well, she may represent the women, but not the females, because there is a difference.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So
Splitting hairs.
we gonna swing it over to Angela.
Give her an introduction. You can't just say
in a view.
introduce her.
Beautiful voice. If y'all need any hooks, anybody out there need some hooks or some wanted to show up at 3:30 service on a Sunday, and she'll bring two others with her. They call themselves the May sisters. You know, January, February, March, April, May.
we heard it all.
You know, so yeah, she's a principal.
Yes.
Yeah,
In the city.
I mean,
In the
she's
city.
educated.
She's
Yeah.
she got
She's
man.
educated.
And if you want to add to that, Miss Angela, we definitely wouldn't mind. Right here to your right. Yeah. So there she is. There she is. With the micro braids and everything.
Hi everyone.
Beautiful
So
smell.
happy to be here. Y'all didn't ask me how I'm doing.
No, that's what I
That's
was
why
saying.
you have the floor.
Right.
See,
You're
already
supposed to just
started.
jump
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that too.
Uh,
Dang.
Look, I'm in vacation mode. I have been off for the last 3 days,
Okay.
and I am
Been
enjoying
off longer than
every
that.
minute. Oh, what's about to be on and cracking.
Oh, what did
I am going to be representing some of the women. I know we all have varying opinions, but I'm going to try to do the ladies proud today and hold it down for all of these testosterone filled.
We may all agree. Doesn't
Yeah, you
mean we
never
have
know.
to oppose.
Right.
This is give your real.
We might agree. We
Yeah,
might
We might.
or not. Okay.
Yeah. Your standards too high. Are they too high?
Why did you?
Let's actually. Well, since she on the mic, ladies. Angela, would you consider your standards were too high, or did they need to be adjusted, or
Probably as a younger person,
as a younger
you
person?
know, as a younger woman.
Long time ago.
Singing to the mic, Angela.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Long time ago.
Probably, you know, I'm not necessarily 20s and 30s. You look for something different as a younger woman than you do as an older woman. So when you are, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I had a specific list. I was looking for things very specific. And I wouldn't say necessarily that my standards were too high at the time. But I found that as I got older, my standards and expectations changed. So
Did you settle?
no, didn't settle.
Okay.
No.
Well,
You
give
just
us-
did some of the
What?
things on the list.
Right.
You just didn't get.
Changed or
No, so on the first go round, I had a list. I've been married I'm on my second marriage.
Okay.
My first
Number two.
marriage, I had actually the first one doesn't really, it was like an outer body experience, honestly. But
That's what she
with the
told
ring.
me.
With the ring.
That's what she told me.
Child,
Yeah, I had some tell me that, baby. I had oh, I'm sorry.
yeah. Anyway, so I had a list and checked all the boxes, but which is why I'm not in that space anymore.
Okay.
So my second time around, I did not have a list. I literally just hashtag let God do it.
There you go.
So
There
I
you go.
feel like, though, I do know this, and I say it all the time. If I would have met my husband 10 years earlier, we would not have been married because he didn't meet all of the things I wanted as a 30-something-year-old.
Got you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you let God, because that's really who we supposed to be waiting on anyway.
It's true.
So yeah, and I get it, because I believe in that. We'll go around. I was gonna say Trevor, but let's go over here to EP.
Yeah.
EP.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel that you have the same standards like 25 years ago that you have now, or have you adjusted?
Yep.
And changed a bit. I'm sorry.
I would have to say yes. I
My
do.
God.
They're pretty much the same.
Okay.
And I'm just foolish enough to believe that I can get the majority of the things on my list.
Come on,
give us a few, if you don't mind.
God-fearing, someone who's nurturing, someone who's beautiful to look at, someone who is charismatic, someone who is a philanthropist who wants to give back, someone who's family-oriented, someone who is educated, someone who supports me. You know what I mean? Someone who, in whatever aspect. And literally whatever aspect. Right. I don't believe in you have to do everything and the woman can't pour into you.
Mm-hmm.
Here go a cup right here, baby. Yeah,
man.
So those are a few.
But in the thing, I don't see anything wrong with your list, brother.
No. But some people, even a person here, says I'm too picky and like I can't get and I should just change my list or my.
Well, like I said, I don't know, and the other brothers can chime in on it, but from what you just stated, I don't see anything wrong.
I don't either
with your list
at all. That's why I don't understand why she said
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that list.
That list. So he got more than one list.
Is that your list?
Feel free to add.
Is that your list?
That is my list.
Oh, is that your list?
Well,
that's standards.
Because it sounds like Angela know that there's multiple lists.
I don't. Okay, so Irv and I are very good friends. I've known Irv a long time, like you gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think from like all of those things, support me, blah 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 blah. Those are great things.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs those.
Right.
Things.
Absolutely.
I think from a physical perspective, though, Irv he wants like for lack of a better term, a Barbie doll looking woman, and a Barbie doll with a big booty and long hair. And so,
you know,
well, I'm just gonna jump to his defense. Just
a
for
woman.
1 second.
Go ahead. Jump.
Because
Thank you, brothers.
I've had the privilege to grow up with Irvin at like maybe 7 years old, 7, 8 years old. Yeah. So we we've been around each other our family's been around each other for a long time. So that wasn't just Irvin list. That was our list.
Yeah.
And we said we shared the list.
We shared the list.
Okay.
It was a shared list.
Yes.
But are you looking? Are you in a relationship?
Oh, definitely. Yes, I'm engaged.
Okay, you're engaged. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
So, is she a Barbie doll with a big booty? Did your physical expectations or standards of a woman change over time?
Well, yeah, because my family always thought that, just like you described, fair-skinned lady, that, but it wasn't that I was just into the lighter skinned women. It just happened that way.
They got black Barbies,
and now I have a black Barbie with dreads.
Okay.
So back then it was, and like I said, and when I introduced her to my family, one of my sisters was like, good, because she's dark skinned. She was like, oh, he finally got one of us. He finally came over on, but it wasn't designed. It just happened that maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6. It was all light skin.
It wasn't one of your standard.
No, I didn't look for that. I didn't look for that at
we
all.
admire beauty on different
Yeah,
layers.
exactly.
You know, doesn't have to have long.
No.
Can we?
Because when we started, y'all, she had short hair. Then, she went back and forth. Then she came to me and asked me, what do you think about me wearing dress? Whatever, if that's what you want. My thing was, one thing was, I don't want them looking nappy. You know what I'm saying? Just, and that was
neat.
Exactly. And that was it. I love her.
Americanized.
Right. Yeah, I love her dress.
Don't let them grow the way they want to grow.
Right.
Would you like a woman with locks, Irvin?
Depends.
That's a no.
No,
Okay.
it depends. Goddess locks. What you say?
Yeah.
Goddess
locks.
Goddess locks.
They like the thinner ones.
And I'm sorry. I said dreads. I meant locks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So we grew up. Several of us, a lot of us grew up with that same list.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to locks though.
Yeah.
And I think what we have to really decipher here too is
Nigga, you ain't got no sound effects.
It's
You
like
ain't got one fucking sound effect right now.
preferences.
He don't even believe that.
I'm not go to Monica.
I'm not opposed to lie.
You ain't got no sound effects. What? Nothing. Not one. Fuck a ding ding. Nothing, bruh.
He said he's not opposed to.
He's not. So Canoe.
He ain't looking for these.
No. Hold up, Canoe. Let's go over here to Trev. I'm gonna say Canoe for last.
What?
With your standards.
Bullshit.
No, not about Irvin, but your standards.
What
you think from back then, like when you were younger versus now?
When I was young,
my list is bull. What?
I got you about dreadlocks. You that's deflecting. So So what I'm talking about, for me, I don't try to confuse my preferences with my standards.
Okay.
Just because you.
Thank you.
There you go. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Just because someone has my physical preference doesn't mean that person would meet my personal standards.
Okay.
So
elaborate.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A lot of times, oftentimes, we are attracted to certain physical features, whether it be height, shade of hue, or physical attributes. But and like I said before in quite a few shows, just because I'm attracted to you doesn't mean that I like you yet. So this is the perfect time where that statement fits. A person could be gorgeous and attracted, but you may not like how they are because they don't meet your standards.
Gotcha.
So if Irvin has with the bullshit, with the things that he just said, he has a certain standard, and just because I've seen Irvin's preferences.
Okay, we all have. Yes,
and I do believe that a lot of people that may have come across Irvin's table fit the standard that he likes, but he wasn't necessarily. They didn't necessarily have his physical preference,
or they didn't meet his needs.
Okay, Rock is one quick second. We just want to address Rock. It's not about locks. Are your standards too high? That's the topic. Are your standards too high? So
it should be scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Title.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. So now, for me, first I'm attracted to or better yet, if she's attractive and she fits my standards, then that's probably someone that would have a relationship with some longevity to it. So I don't confuse the two, my preference and my standards. So I recommend highly that if a person is looking for a long-term relationship, that they probably would be more, it would be beneficial if they have a relationship with a fine nerd, a sexy nerd,
So
Because
it's not
a fine
necessary.
or sex. Go ahead.
So it's
I
not
didn't wanna cut
necessary.
you off while you were
Thank
talking.
you. Thank you. So it's not necessary for you to be attracted to them. That's not a.
What I just said was a
No,
fine nerd.
I'm asking you. I'm just asking. The question.
I mean, I did say fine nerd, right? A
No,
fine and
I
sexy
don't think
nerd.
he's saying that.
A fine and
I didn't
sexy
hear that.
nerd. Say what?
I didn't hear you say you don't have to be attracted.
I'm
to
just
him.
asking. He said that wasn't.
But hold on. Is not attraction relative?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so to you, if this person is fine and sexy, and they have the attributes to make sure that things get done for the relationship, usually the ones that are out there are not the nerds. They are out there, they're in the world, they're more concentrated on the physical attributes
I'm not
versus
opposing you.
the character as well as what she would probably be or the other person would be. A woman that needs a man and not a woman that a man needs, and vice versa for the fellas.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're a woman that a man needs, oftentimes, unfortunately, women that are wholesome like that, we don't necessarily are attracted to them because they're more focused on their mindset and bringing something to the table, regardless of how hard they have to work in order to do so, and not for show, because it's how it's in them, not on them. Whereas we're oftentimes attracted to the women that I said before, the belly backdrop broads, the ones that want to show you the hair, the lashes, the butt, the hips, the BBL, the TTL, or whatever. And that's what attracts us, but it's not necessarily what keeps us, because the standards that we set for ourselves is what keeps us.
Absolutely.
If you have a low standard, you're going to get the low hanging fruit. And
I definitely agree, because mine's definitely had changed. You know, I personally believe light-skinned women are the devil, but that's just me. That's not Spitt'n Pollassedz. That's just me, because what I've been through, and I'm just speaking. Okay, I say the ones that I dealt with. I'll put it that way.
oh my God,
Because there is still some beautiful, nice, light-skinned women, but two of them out of the world is just. So with that, I'm gonna go over here to Canoe, my boy, and ask him to let us know.
I would agree with how Trevor broke it down. There's preferences and then there's standards. Standards are non-negotiables. Preferences, you can play with it a little bit. You know, my preference may be
play with his preferences. Go on.
You play with him.
Excuse me?
You play with him, don't you?
Plays with his preferences.
He didn't dibble dabble. You know what I mean?
You have to play with
maybe
him.
his preferences take priority over his.
So his preference may be like, okay, she has to be 5 feet to 5'6". Now, if she comes in at 5'7", we could deal with that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
A standard is, her values are fucked up. Something I need you to be loyal and submissive. If you can't do that, you out the door. Right. Those are my standards.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I like the way Trevor broke down the difference between preferences and standards. You know what I mean? But what the main thing is the standards being too high, keeping us from being involved in relationships.
I think that's a good thing.
And I think most women standards are too high, and it keeps them single longer.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got.
Say, for instance, a man needs to be 6 foot,
right?
6 figures. I call it the 666. Six pack.
And
you know what I mean? That may be her preference, right? But this dude may not have. Morally, he may be fucked up. Right. You know what I mean?
But that comes, I think too, it becomes for some women, it becomes their standard.
Yeah, it becomes their standard.
You got to be
They're non-negotiable.
And again, in your 30s and 20s, you look for certain things and you hope to get them. But as we get older, if you're looking for a man in your age range, I was in my 30s. I'm like, I don't want no man with kids. He can't have no kids. He got to have a degree. Like all of these things. that I thought was very like, I'm going to say my standards, not my preference. It was my standards.
Yeah.
And so as I got older, you know, you realize the older you get, the fewer and fewer men don't have kids.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you know what you're gonna date, a 20-year-old,
Right,
and you're
yeah.
48.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
and that's why I asked earlier, did you settle? Because not necessarily just you, but I'm just saying a lot of people when they don't find what was on their standard list, when they have to settle.
When they hit a certain level, hit the wall, the beauty fades and everything else, and you start more like, and that's important to men. That's attractive to men. So now you know your pool has dwindled down to the men that you can possibly want to marry you.
Now it's a sauna. Now it's not a pool. It's not a pool. It's a jacuzzi.
But I don't think it's a
jacuzzi tub at that.
I don't think it's a settlement so much as if you have half a brain, you realize that your level of maturity, you realize what's more important, right?
Gotcha.
So I don't think it's settling, you know.
But you lower your standards.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I lowered my standards because I still had a standard. I did not want to marry someone who did not work.
You just made some adjustments.
But
it was not a lowering of
some
standards.
of your boxes were unchecked.
Changed.
They were unchecked.
Yeah.
First of all, there were certain things, like I said, I had a list on the first go round. I didn't even consider those things.
That's what I'm saying. So it changed.
Yeah, but it wasn't me settling. It was my level of maturity and experiences
kicked in
that I had. And I realized, well, if he's chocolate like my daddy, that's not necessarily most important. If I get a guy that's 6'3", that's not very important. You know, those things that I wanted as a 20 and 30 something year old. Having a degree, I was like, oh, he got to have a degree. My husband doesn't have a degree and makes great money. So it wasn't me settling. It was me maturing and understanding.
Not necessarily you. I'm just speaking generally, not.
But the list changed. Yeah. The standards changed.
My standards changed. It wasn't me settling.
Whether they got lower or higher.
No, it's not semantics. Because to me, standards
preference.
Because to me, standards lowering are okay. He can have a GED and work at McDonald's. That's a standards lowering. I'm just gonna get a man just to get a man. That's lowering standards. But
him not having a college degree that's not no longer a standard. He cannot have a college degree now.
Right. Because there's a lot of men that don't have degrees and make great money.
Yes.
And that's maturity kicking in, I think.
But can we kind of get an understanding of what is a preference and what is a standard? Standards usually are something that is character based, right?
Yes.
And character driven.
Yes.
And preferences is something that probably is more physically driven.
Yes.
Or visually driven.
Yes.
I said more. I didn't say completely.
No,
so as a result,
a preference is not necessarily physical, though.
I'm not saying that it is. I did not say it is completely. What I said was oftentimes or more than likely leaning towards a physical base. You just named a few things that you said, dark skin like that has nothing to do with your character of the person that you want to be with.
Okay.
6'6" has nothing to do with the character or the validity of that person's mentality. You talked about the physical attributes, the grades, the GED, and all that old stuff. Those are some things that are in the flesh. But your standards for yourself is what, not what it looks like and what you see on the surface. Because I'll tell you this, I'll let everybody know I'm a barber. I don't want nobody that's a barber and he's 56 years old and blah blah blah. Okay. Once you peel back the layers, but no, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, once you realize that same barber is the same person that helps to edify you with the standards and bringing something to the table, that McDonald's could be the one that he owns. The McDonald's could be because he has to be there for a moment. That could be his side job because he also doing some construction, but because they had a strike over here, he could be a nurse, but because Kaiser had a strike a couple of months ago, you know what? I'm gonna do what it takes. I'm in McDonald's, period. Somebody might see me doing my daughter's hair. So the thing is, that has nothing to do with your standards. Where a person is one thing. What standards you have within is another.
Would
For
you,
all of us. Let's not confuse standards and preferences.
right?
No,
And
that you said earlier in the show, and I agree with you. There is a difference, and recognizing those differences is, I liken it to like your standards. That's I'm not going to negotiate. You know your standard. You have to be 5'5".
and one of the audience agree with you.
Who is the N1
I don't know.
that's
who
AI.
that is.
1406.
I think that's AI, but we gonna continue.
It gotta be.
Let me ask you
I don't
something.
think it's that.
Because I think it differs when it comes to men and women.
I agree.
Same like you. If a woman, just like y'all was saying at McDonald's, if she got a cool personality, her have standard or have morals of herself, we would tend to work with that. When on other hand, I don't believe women
Not
would
at all.
would take that
Not at all.
and work with that, because what I'm and my brothers will definitely agree, because if that woman, say she assistant manager at McDonald's, but her personality, her heart, how she moves and bring peace, that's something we can work with. But you can frame that the same way, but in a man, and a woman is going to look at, a lot of women, not saying all, is going to bypass that guy.
Or a man not having a car.
Or having a car. You
know what I mean?
Right.
Because a man would. I'll take a woman driving with no door on her car. Man. Baby, pull over. Just come on.
We damn near done it.
Just get in.
Yeah.
How many times you say hook it? This woman on the bus.
Come on,
She on the bus.
Come on.
She walking.
Was that a standard or preference?
Shoot, that was just a preference.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna go to the car. It might seem superficial. I agree with the car thing, because to me, how do you get a certain age and you don't have a car? That does not make sense to me.
He might have just got here from New York.
Or he may have a jet at Burbank.
Born and raised in Los Angeles, and he ain't got a car.
But he can have a jet at Burbank, and you can't drive a jet everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if he got a jet. But
I mean,
ain't nobody with a car with a jet don't have a car.
Is that even a standard or a preference?
Right.
Which list is that on?
For me, that's a standard.
Okay.
Standard?
Yeah, see?
Is it really?
Okay, so it just
So do we?
But again, if we start reflecting on standards, that's something that
it's all relative, Trevor.
Can he have a Yugo
type of car?
Can he have a Yugo?
Can be a preference for you, and vice versa.
Or Bud.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
What you saying?
within, and this is the way society is going. It's like that in New York. It's a lot of people that are on the subway, use public transportation,
Sure.
and because of MSG, a lot of what's going on in California is coming from MSG or Madison Square Garden, or which is in New York, which is in the culture. Right now we have subways, now we have Uber, now we have Lyft. Right, so let's just say if a person doesn't have a car, but instead of having a car note, insurance, tires, and tickets, he wants to go buy another house.
He's out of here.
Like you said, it is relative, but a man should not. This is just my opinion. A person should not lead with their wallet because they can walk away with an empty one. You may not know exactly what's going on, but once you peel back the layers, you're like, wait a minute, this dude right here, he on another level. Me personally, my car is fairly old, but my lifestyle is definitely different.
A fairly old car and no car are two different things.
It is, but what I'm telling you is, some women would rather you have a newer car than an older car. than a car my age, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Some,
kinda like,
some
well,
women
I'm
they,
cool.
they
So that could be a preference, but in
Yeah.
all actuality, when
Right.
you swim into the deeper waters of a person's character, that
Amen,
has to
Belinda.
do with your standard.
And especially
Belinda has a
Absolutely,
comment?
Belinda Renee.
Go ahead, what
Car
you
is
say?
standard upon meeting. If something happens when we together, then we figure it out. But don't, especially at this age. I'm talking about Los Angeles. I'm not in New York. And if he comes here, and we could talk about all of that. But in Los Angeles, which is what I mentioned, if you do not have a car as expansive as this metropolis is,
I know
Absolutely not. I got an Uber.
I know
you cannot take
I
Uber
know
to Palm
four
Springs.
very.
Stop it.
I know
What do you
four
mean?
very.
Absolutely.
Who
can't.
wants to spend that money?
I know
Baby,
four.
money is no object.
But if I ain't got no, if I don't have a car
Get a
note,
car.
I
if I
know.
don't have a car note or car insurance, I have the money to
Yeah.
afford that Uber
Yeah.
to Palm Springs.
I know
We're not doing
four
that. It's
very
not- it's not
well-to-do
fiscally
people.
responsible.
I know four very well-to-do people that don't have cars, but that are grown men. But also, this next generation that's coming up, a lot of them don't even want to
They
get a
don't.
car.
It's true.
A lot of them
They
aren't
don't.
even trying to get a driver's
Right,
license.
right.
A lot of them aren't.
Yep.
So now, where our standards are in
Mhm.
a moment, we're going to be dinosaurs because a lot of the newer generations,
Mhm.
believe it or not, they
Man.
do not care to have a car. They
It's
will be a
true.
roommate, but they're paying $2,400 a month for an apartment or a bachelor's. 3 or 4 of them are in the same room and don't have a car. So the generation that's yet to come is going to be where you don't desire or where your
Has
standards
nothing
not,
to do with
right?
me because I'm not, or anybody my
Yeah.
age ain't
Okay.
dating no 21-year-old.
Okay, probably not. But what I'm
So-
saying is that wave is
That's
coming.
them. Oh, I know. I
So
know.
so now is that a standard or
That's-
is that your preference?
That's really their business.
But is it your
Do you,
standard
do you
or
have
your
daughter? Do you
preference?
have a daughter?
I don't have children.
You don't
I
have
have a
any
bonus
children.
son, but no,
Okay,
no
bonus son.
kids. Yeah.
What would you tell your bonus son? What kind of advice would
If
you
you don't
give
want to drive,
your bonus son if you tell him, hey, he doesn't want to get a car? You know what I mean? And what would you tell him? Hey, you need a car because no woman is going to want you without a car.
I probably wouldn't say that, knowing what I know about the generation that's, I don't know, 3 or 4 behind us now, maybe two generations behind us. But I just feel like you should have a car.
I don't disagree with you.
No,
I don't.
I mean,
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think that's.
We
And I
often have
just
to look
remember
at
thinking-
what we tell our daughters.
So what if this type of car this man has, and say you guys are going out, and he comes and he opens the door for you, and you saying, "Oh wow, what a gentleman," but then I tell you, "Well, I got to get in on this side too first."
Yeah.
So
I guess chivalry is dead.
does that change things?
I don't
She
know,
said at
but
least have one.
Yeah, right. See, yeah, exactly.
It don't matter if the driver's
Get
side
on
don't
in.
work.
Right.
get on in, Richard.
Okay. All
You
right.
gotta slide
I
over.
just wanted to know.
Yeah, Belinda
Oh, that's so
Renee
funny.
says Uber me to airports and restaurants only.
Come on, Belinda.
I'm finna get rid of my car.
Michelle Sanchez said nothing wrong with high standards as long as you're living up to those very standards.
That's a good point
That's
too.
that's important.
Because sometimes people, especially men, want to hold you to a standard that they don't themselves hold them want to
Giving
live
us
up to.
What is
I'm gonna give you an example. She gotta be physically fit. She gotta have pop
That's
pow,
preference.
and you got a whole Santa Claus stomach.
That's preference.
Like, don't tell me that I need to look a certain way.
We're more in the
And
physical.
nah, I don't give a hoot.
Don't pollute.
Don't if you if you don't hold me to a standard that you don't want to hold yourself to. That ain't cool.
I agree.
Especially on the
No,
physical.
I can hold you to that standard, and you're supposed to be my helpmeet. And
Help me get rid of
No,
this
no,
Santa
no,
Claus
no,
standard.
you hold yourself to that standard.
No,
Don't
no.
have me coming looking
No.
all good and you looking like
What if your account don't
Hell
look
no.
good though?
That's a physical preference.
So wait a
it
minute.
has
So
to do with physical. Because you guys oftentimes
it's
say-
what we value and it's what you value.
You
That's why I said
oftentimes say she got to look a certain way, and you coming here looking like Is you kidding me? You want me to look?
You ought to say
bye.
your account have to look a certain way, and your account is looking like, girl, bye.
Well, let me speak for the Santa Claus stomach men, because never been sloppy, and my heaviest weight have been like 365.
Okay.
So however you see, and
Yeah,
mainly,
don't degrade him.
so
No,
but
it's not.
I'm
No,
just
it's
saying.
not a degradation of
no.
him.
it sounds
No.
like-
I'm
Let's
just
let him
saying.
finish.
Okay.
Let's let him
Because see,
finish.
Trevor,
I've always dressed nice, smelled good, I never was sloppy.
Okay.
So I knew with the extra weight, you got to go that extra mile. But I like I always say, and I still laugh from Jay-Z, I have 99 problems, but a woman have never ever been one.
that ain't what he said.
Okay.
What do you say?
Kevin,
bitch?
are you though saying that your fiance?
Oh, she loved me when I was bigger.
I'm not talking about her loving you.
Okay, me loving her.
I'm talking about, are you saying she got to stay within a certain age range, or I ain't gonna do it? Are you holding her to that?
Age range.
I mean, wait,
Wayne.
you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm
Physical
like this.
attributes.
I've had a lot of health challenges.
Okay.
So if we're making this commitment, and we talk about this, because I told her, I say, now if you pick up an extra, amount of weight, then we had to talk, because the thing is, and it's not about her having a few extra pounds, and I hope she ain't tripping. She do have a few extra pounds, but the thing is now, Angela, if we're committing to each other, we both want to be around here a little longer. So we have to make sure we do
Have
what
a healthier
it takes.
lifestyle.
Right. We have to,
Yeah.
if we want to be it. Now, I'm not going to walk
you
up.
speaking French and it's we and not the.
No. I didn't lost over 100 pounds.
I'm with it.
So, and I still got some to go.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about.
No, I'm
these
not gonna-
friends
no.
walking around
Okay.
having the expectation that, if you get a certain size, if you did like, don't do me, sir,
Yeah.
because you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. My
to
thing
maintain.
is about health. That's
Okay.
because
I
of what
can- I
I've been
feel
through.
that.
That's the only reason I want you a certain size, is because it's healthier.
Shut
That's the
up.
main reason.
Yeah, that's the main
Yeah.
reason.
Is it healthier?
That's my
Because
reason.
we older.
Help me. That's
We
what I'm saying.
older.
I have to bring something to the table for you to help me with. That's the only
We're
thing I
older.
can think of.
Yeah. And then we don't have that same mindset when we was 25, 30 years
For me, I
old.
believe it's the physical preference. Fuck the standards. I'm talking about the physical preference.
Mhm.
If my physical preference is what I demand, I'm also commanded when I step into the room too.
Mhm.
I'm also going to lead by example.
Yeah.
Okay, if this is what, for example, I don't see you with a woman with a khaki suit on for the life of me, because your standard for your physical standard for yourself is a man of elegance, a man of distinction, a man of swank, right?
Mhm.
So as a result, you would probably be okay if you asked a woman to be on that same parallel with you, because you guys would be able to complement each other. However, oftentimes opposites do attract,
Right?
so we can address
Not
that
that
issue
opposite.
as well. But that's a physical preference and physical attributes, but your standards may be different. Some of us rather have a flea-bitten female, to be honest with you, because we so used to bullshit. We don't like free
I ain't
good
never
shit.
had one of them.
female.
Hey, no. We can say what we want to,
Right.
but that flea-bitten one might have the body that, or better yet, because of the physical attraction, which also gets us.
She never see the
Our
light of
physical
day.
preference, maybe not, but that physical preference, we may have some gorgeous women with the physical
She a
attributes
house
and
girlfriend.
preferences. That's fine.
I
but
only
they
see
still
her in the
have-
house.
and a lot of men,
A house girlfriend.
I agree.
a lot of men,
She'll never see the light of day.
yeah,
Don't
but
get with her if
that's
you don't want to.
confirmation. That's
No, I'm
confirmation.
just saying.
We'll
in
lower
this
our
case.
standard. We'll lower our character
I'm
standards
not scared.
if the physical attributes are overwhelming enough for men, especially when men don't have dick control. If you don't have
Well,
dick
I don't think
discipline,
that's true. I
it's
don't
gonna
think
happen.
that's true.
Oftentimes, we would
Because-
talk to a woman if she has the physical. Oh, she got ass.
Yeah.
but,
But
her
if
face.
she's passed
Oh,
around,
she got.
if she's passed around all the whole community,
How you know she
nobody
passed
else
around?
wants
Oh,
that.
we get to that
we're not saying-
conversation.
okay, that's just one.
No,
part
so
of
that
it's a lot of men I'm not speaking. I'm
So
speaking in
I
general,
don't care
and I'm
how
not
she
speaking
looks.
for you. It's a lot of men that don't care how the female look. We oftentimes are attracted by the physical attributes more so than women are, I would say.
Face
right?
is physical too, though.
But
Yeah,
the
so
face is,
that's
but
why
a lot of
I don't
men,
see where he's
It's
getting at.
also
Push your
women
face
don't
into
care
the
how
pillow.
the man look, long as his account looks
It's-
good.
it's-
long as his
He
wallet
got
is
enough
fat.
zeros in that account.
God,
So,
bless
Angela,
everyone. Yes, love.
Preference and standards are being
put-
confused.
highlight that, Keith.
No,
so
I
just
Oh, go.
so you can know
Okay.
the comment she made.
Who is Belinda?
She's
Renee?
referring to me.
Oh, is Belinda your baby?
Right.
Oh, hey, Belinda. Hey, girl.
So, but
Yes, he said I need to lose weight and not get any.
so, but like I said, it's due to more health situations than her. I'm cool.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
I'm cool.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
That's
She
the only
actually do
reason.
she-
'Cause I feel the
I
same
got you.
way.
Yeah, because like I said, I've high blood pressure, cancer,
I can't have my baby with
a lot of that. You know, so
I'm gonna bring it down. Bring it.
let's get up and go walk in the morning.
Yes.
Let's
Bring it in.
whatever we go do. Let's let us go, and we have done that. But
Okay.
my thing is, babe, you can't just let yourself go or get too comfortable, and then
Is that the way
now
you said it, dude? Is that the
Too
way you said? I
comfortable.
love it. You can't just let yourself go.
So let me ask this
yourself
question.
go, baby.
You said you can't just let yourself go or get too comfortable.
It's the way
Do
he
you
said it.
feel like you needed to say that to her?
Yeah, I do, because you know what? I've seen her facial expression when I was laying on that table, and more than once.
Yes. And it's not
So,
pretty.
and it's not.
pretty.
It wasn't no smiles. It was expressions of concern,
Yes.
especially when I had to call and make that call and tell her, like, babe, it was cancer. They found cancer. So
No.
So to minimize everything.
I'm asking that question because I recognize, I know my body. I know my body type. My husband goes to the gym a lot. I don't. I recognize when I feel like I'm spreading
You better get it together.
and don't make me, please. I'm trying to keep it PC on here. So I recognize when I'm spreading, and I do what I have to do, mostly with food, to reel it back in, But he doesn't have to tell me. That's what I'm saying. Do you feel like you really have to tell? She knows you. He doesn't have to tell me, don't let yourself get
I
bigger.
believe,
I know.
I believe,
sometimes
yeah,
you need
we do.
encouragement.
Yeah, encouragement.
It's just encouragement.
Whatever you,
It's
however
our
you
job.
want to put it,
It's our
because
job to
it
encourage.
goes both ways.
Yeah.
So whatever you telling me or encouraging me to do, I should be able to do the same. We would see now. This is where we ran into an issue last week.
With Michelle
I was gonna
Gentile?
say, yeah.
This is what
She meant to put projecting.
This is what
Yeah.
we
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
not
saying.
projecting anything. I'm
Yeah.
just telling you what it should be. If that's like, if we agree that we are going to put a certain amount of money
send it to
into,
Grammarly before you.
if we gonna if we agree that
Wow.
we're going to put a certain amount of money into the account every month,
What y'all calling on Michelle?
or we going to do X, Y, and Z, then that should be across the board.
Too late, Michelle.
So no, it go both ways.
You're a jerk.
It go both
Yeah.
ways.
Oh,
But I think what you all are saying is true. But oftentimes, a lot of women they want a man with. Okay, we already talked about it. They want a man with. But it's trending now. They want a high value man.
oh,
You
is
know what
that
I
a
mean?
trend now?
Yeah, it's trending.
Oh,
And that man is. They will be able to take care of them, barring they marry them, and they will provide for their lifestyle, their family's lifestyle.
the family?
Yes,
Oh, you
Mhm.
mean
I'm
me,
saying-
the man, and the kids?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Even if they're not your kids.
Even if
Whatever
they're not
your
Whatever you come to the
kids.
table with, you got to provide for all of them, or you
But
can't even holler at them.
it's not reciprocal because they're not able to. If you want a man that is a high value man, there's a lot to that, and a lot of women don't understand that. So you want a man that makes over 400 a year.
Mm.
Okay, you got that. Now he's able to take care of your family, but you're not bringing anything of equal value to the relationship. So why do you deserve a man of that high value if you're not bringing
right?
But let me ask this question, because in a relationship, people bring different things. All right, I'm not of the high value thing. This is all new to me, right? People bring different things. So I don't know these women. I don't even know what this is that you're talking about. But
Principle.
sometimes, so if this woman is asking for this high value man, and you're saying she's not bringing what he's bringing, we don't all bring the same thing, regardless of what we're making.
Well,
right?
I said of equal value.
Okay, so what
Bring
if
anything of equal value.
what if equal value to this man is she's taking care of the house, she's that's what he needs to happen. So it may not be anything financial or economic.
Well, that's what he said, of equal value
for the man.
It doesn't have to be financial.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make that clear. Yeah. Okay.
See, that's what I meant when we're trying to work with that assistant manager at McDonald's. Because she's bringing other things. Mm-hmm. She may not bring the finances.
Appreciation.
Exactly.
Gratitude.
She could be my greatest cheerleader.
Right. Exactly.
Peace.
Because y'all been calling us simple for generations. And then when we put simple out there, it's like it's hard for you all.
What is the simple? Talk to me.
Well, just like I just said, if she's an assistant manager at McDonald's and she's bringing everything else, she's not matching me with the finances, but she's matching me, and she even going above and beyond with some of the other things that she's bringing.
She's respecting.
Okay.
So that's what we talk about. But if you turn it around and you put assistant manager as a male, as a man, a woman, a lot of women will have a problem. Oh, girl, and he could be fit, like y'all say, tall, dark, and handsome. He can have all of that, but his income, well, he's only on a assistant manager salary. That's a problem. That's like damn near a deal breaker with a lot of women. And I understand those are not your friends, so it's hard for you to kind of digest and see that those type of women exist. But we talk about this every week.
She has friends.
But we talk about it. We talk about it every week.
For sure.
So this is something we all have experienced, and we know somebody that's going through.
What I have to deal with out here, Angela.
What you got to deal with?
All this, the pool.
Yeah. I vouch for my boy.
You don't even want to deal with the pool. You want to deal with the dang.
No, he want peace. He want to bring peace.
You only want a certain situation. Bathtub.
But is he wrong though?
Yeah, because you're
making
fun of me. And
you guys. Oh, shut the heck up. You all talk about women having a certain standard, and you're going to end up single. And I'm not talking about ratios, proportion of men to women. I'm just saying, y'all always talk about a woman having her preference standard, whatever you want to call it, and that's why they single. But hell, that's why men are single too, because sometimes you are sometimes
we're single, but we still happy.
Yeah, happy.
No.
We can go and be in a relationship tomorrow.
I think some of the things that the women want, they are in the delusion. You know what I mean? Because
I think y'all are delusional too.
They seem to all want the same dude. You know what I mean? It's I
agree.
And it's only so many at this tier.
The numbers don't.
You know
lie,
what
baby.
I mean? So you can't. All these women want the same, and some of them are just average mofos.
Look,
so y'all want the same with y'all.
If they average, how do you want somebody?
No,
freaking Halle Berry or whatever y'all think is at the end.
No,
or whatever.
Halle Berry not been relevant for years.
No, y'all understand my point. Don't.
Yeah, but she has been relevant for
semantics.
Years.
Whatever
bring
is
it to
at the
2024.
Whatever is, I don't know what y'all like and who it is, but whatever is at the upper echelon, y'all all want that too. Let's keep it real.
no.
That
That is
they're
very
not
different from what
right.
Y'all,
what
okay, we gonna
men
play this
accept
game.
No,
and
gonna
what
play this
women
game.
accept.
no, that it's not a game.
Oh my God.
You got three brothers that's telling you, and y'all still don't believe it. We choose peace over all of that because for one, we know that can change tomorrow. The way she
One
looked.
right here, who has pretty much been quiet as a mice,
Well, look,
ain't said Nathan most of the night.
because we
What do you
speaking for him.
mean?
He's
Don't- Kevin,
if he
don't
was
speak
going
for
to
him.
disagree,
Kevin, don't do that.
he was going to
Let-
disagree.
He
Exactly.
We
Irv
even know.
sitting
Look,
over there quiet as a mice. You ain't said much of
We-
nothing.
look,
You're saying EP standards are way too high.
I am saying that.
so it must be another list because, like I said, do any of us have a problem with the list that
It
you
ain't-
spoke
it-
on? I'm
you
out
ain't
just
got-
like with the brothers. You Canoe?
Thank you.
No,
Kevin.
I don't have
You
it.
Trev?
So what? You don't
Okay.
have a problem?
So that
with it?
must be another list. That's what I'm
She
saying.
said she
if
didn't
you
have a
can
problem with
expose that other list, then it's a whole nother
Exactly.
whole nother show.
A whole nother show.
It's going a
And you
whole
said
different.
So what's your preference then? What's your physical preference?
It varies.
Okay,
I
so
find beauty.
It does not. Irvin.
See, she got another. She
Think
got
about
another
the
list.
The women that Irv has dated all look the same. The ones you've been in the I'm sorry. You didn't hear me. Should I turn my mic up?
I don't know.
Everybody
I don't know.
has
Maybe
a type, right?
Yeah, everybody has a type.
happenstance.
Everybody has a
I can't
type.
say I had a type.
Maybe
My men
happenstance
are very,
but
very
I don't
different.
just
We
go for okay. It has to be this. Has to be this. It just depends on how the Lord sends it.
your physical preference is not the same as your standards.
And if he's not in that
Oftentimes.
relationship, that means
Yeah.
it wasn't God.
If you-
God didn't send it.
if it's somebody
yeah.
that you just want to
Lord.
hit, somebody that you're attracted
Right.
to,
No,
There you
I'm
go.
talking about women
If it's
he's been in a
somebody-
relationship with. Y'all know the
Well, I
They have
know,
the same
but
physical
I wouldn't
attributes.
say they all look the same.
I wouldn't either.
but they was not.
No, we don't play
They
that.
wasn't no
I'll put
ugly
it this way.
duckling. They
I'll put
wasn't
it this
no.
way.
They wasn't no.
They were probably not all the same. However, they were probably not like
It
fives.
wasn't. There wasn't no.
Well, who
and,
wanna fi-
and
well,
they weren't. And
I
there
don't
was
want no
no.
fives.
There was not a big variation of them. They all look similar.
in terms of
And
characteristics.
no, honey, I'm talking
Maybe
about
because of the
physical.
times. Maybe because of the times.
So they all had
maybe
ass?
long hair. Look, maybe long
It
hair.
was
on
in.
there.
It was in.
Yeah.
There's caramel complexion.
And maybe she
There
has
was,
short.
there was around 5'3" or lower.
Well, maybe she
They
has
had
short
full
hair up under the
robust
long
breasts.
hair.
Can you say box?
They were at
in
least
the box. Yes. That's what I'm saying. He ain't got a pool. He got a bathtub. They
Well-
all fit in the bathtub.
Well,
he out there
Wait,
quiet as a
wait.
mouse.
Well,
Quiet
you
as
know
a
what?
mouse.
You know what,
Okay?
Angela? Each day, each new day,
Yes.
maybe that would come off. Maybe that would fall off.
Yeah. New
Because
mercy.
I'ma
Because
tell you,
each day we getting older.
I'm gonna tell you, I have tried. I have tried with this friend. He wants in that box. If they ain't in that box, I'm like,
Well, can they
I
be
got
like?
9,000
Can they be
friends.
peeking out over out the box?
Kevin,
Are
you
they-
know Irvin. Come
Yeah.
on.
Well,
So next week.
You ain't said nothing tonight.
No, I don't want to hog the show.
well, that we all know. We all know. Just Angela. Just like we know. Just
It's unbelievable.
just like we know Canoe. We'll call, and there's some brothers that's in here that's watching that will say Canoe is a diva.
A diva.
What
Nobody
am I
ever
lying?
said
No
such
to your
thing.
What
right.
they say?
Oh, come on, where Fish at?
What they be saying?
Fish. What is
Nobody says such a thing.
it? See,
A
yeah,
diva.
his standards is high, right? His standards is high. We all know that, but we still accept him and love him
I'm not
as
saying
who he
no,
is.
Because
I'm not saying don't love him.
her values have to
Has
be
to be right.
intact.
So that's
Strong
just the
values.
same thing with
Strong
Irvin.
family values. Yep, that's what I go for.
just
Just know what we
because,
want.
just because they still have a chance, and
Yep.
because me and Trev have found love,
Found love.
you know,
Okay,
so
Yeah, and I
Thank
believe.
you. I needed that.
Yeah, I believe. I just believe. I'm foolish enough to believe
he's
that the Lord
it's
is
coming
gonna-
his way,
Yeah,
just like it come Trev and myself
in
way,
His time.
and same thing with Canoe.
Well, you're right. Amen. Well, amen. Well, amen.
Wait. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Amen. What I tried to say, I said, well, amen.
So you saying my standards are too high?
I would say your preferences
I'm
have
too
a
high.
tendency to sway based upon how you feel in the moment.
I'm gonna say
Because
based on me
you-
watching this
and
show,
I'm
you got
say-
some high old standards on top of the roof.
And then, and then on top of
what
that,
makes you say that though?
Because
Because
I
based
don't-
on the
I-
stuff that you've said on the show.
I don't want to
Like
judge
Like
your
Like what?
perspective.
You,
I don't want to
What makes
judge
my standards
how your standards
too
are.
high?
I don't want to judge where you are. I don't want to judge from sitting
Because-
over here and moving forward into your
Okay.
preferences.
Don't judge, make mention.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
we here.
You know,
Well,
so
Angela-
I judge you.
Don't
Angela-
judge, make mention of it though. We just give us a hint.
I want a traditional woman.
Joel.
Is that
Nothing
nothing
wrong
A
with
tradition
that.
in what
Tradition.
sense?
A traditional woman that she knows how to cook, clean, and take care of her man. She's submissive. She's
Does
fine
she work?
and fit, huh?
Does she work?
If she wants to, that's her prerogative.
If she works, so you want someone to fit into traditional values or roles of a
I
woman.
say
Like
roles,
a
not
family
values. That's
values.
roles,
So
not values. That's
would you
roles.
be fitting in the traditional roles as
As
well?
a man, yes,
Yes.
of course.
Let me say
That's
this.
So
Everybody.
you want barefoot, pregnant, boot,
No,
No, she ain't gotta be
saying
pregnant.
barefoot.
I mean,
She should be barefoot
You know
in
what
the
I mean?
bed.
I know we
If
all
got house
she's
shoes.
in the bed, she better
We got
be
designer
barefoot.
house shoes
The
now.
only thing she
She
can
could
wear
be
in
in
the
the
bed is
kitchen.
some socks. Don't walk
She could be
too
barefoot in the
ass
kitchen with some booty shorts on.
Exactly. That's it. So the answer really low key
That's
is
really
yes.
nice.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, Kanum is on that. Listen here, we on that 1950s relationship and the way it was
Yeah.
running then
There you
in
go.
a new school time.
Right.
I want you to be
That's
there
the
with
way
the
that when
old
that shit
school, the
worked.
1950 values, the 1950 perspective, habits, and position and place in the house with a 2024 timeline.
Good luck.
That's how I see it
Well, he
for
got
you.
it. He
But if
got it.
anybody else sees a different perspective that other than that for Kanum, then please do mention that because I think he went the old school way with the new school rules.
I don't think he want the new school rules
No.
No, where she gotta respect him.
from what I've heard
She-
on this show.
Okay, well,
Yeah, she got to have a
old-
level of respect. Everybody,
Yeah,
on
everybody
this
got to.
fucking panel
If you don't have the
wants some
respect, oh yeah, we got a problem.
now respect. That's
I'm
the
just-
standard. Respect is the
I'm
standard.
just
Titties is a
bold enough to say what I want.
Well, I tell you
I'm just
what,
that bold.
family, we glad you tuned in tonight. Of course, this is going to go into extra innings. So we're going to still continue this conversation even after we're off the air. We're going to have to start putting some bloopers in the after, other stuff so they can see. Because we sometimes we here for another hour.
But Linda said, Angela, please be on the show more often. We need.
And y'all,
Well, I'll
no, we
say
don't.
this.
We
I'll
don't.
say
No,
this.
this is a man show.
No,
She
it's
can
a
get
man
her own
show.
show.
I'm here for you, ladies.
She can get her own show.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then we can come
Please
over
do that.
there.
Yeah.
We can come
Well,
on
I'll
in.
say this.
But this
We
is
have
all
to-
men. All men. This
Y'all
is
not
all
gonna see
men.
us anyway
Yeah.
until
This
next year. Y'all ain't gonna see us for 2 more weeks
Yeah.
because Christmas and
New
New
Year,
Year's
Merry
falls on.
on Spit'n
Yeah.
Pollassedz
Happy
Day.
Hanukkah.
So
Yeah,
y'all
that's
gonna
true.
miss. Yeah, absolutely.
We be tapping in online now.
Don't ever try to add no woman to Spit'n Pollassedz. Or if she had a beard, maybe she could.
Trevor's enough.
Beards and bars. Yeah, we got.
Trevor's
Yeah,
enough.
we did.
We have enough.
Yeah.
for
Right.
Trevor.
Absolutely. Trevor's enough.
He said Trevor represents.
The female.
He go hard for y'all, and y'all know that.
Yeah, he do. That's
Yeah,
why they love
They
him.
know that. Yeah, exactly.
That's
They
why they
always
love
jumping on his side. We love y'all. Have happy holidays.
Happy
Be
holidays.
safe. Please be safe. So yeah, no. I ain't mad at you, yo. You want what you want, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna get it too.
We yeah.
I just need.